Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have another interesting episode for you guys. But before we get into it, make sure you go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Anyway, let me get into this topic here. Now, I think all of us can agree that this Lakers season is turning into a mess, or it's turned into a mess, right? I think we're past debating that point. And many voices in the media now have been trying to figure out who's most responsible for the mess that is currently taking place with the Lakers. That's what people are trying to figure out. From my understanding of this of the series of events, LeBron made the major recommendations if we're talking about roster construction with this team. According to the facts, according to the things that were said going into this season and throughout the season, that is what happened. From what I understood, he vetoed a potential trade for Buddy Hield in order to bring in Russell Westbrook. At the time, when this was a rumor, many people out there said they weren't sure that this thing was going to work. Even one of his biggest supporters in Shannon Sharpe said, "I'm not sure this is the right trade to make." Even he said that. Many people felt this thing wouldn't work even before it happened. Nevertheless, that trade was made. And since then, it has clearly not paid dividend. As we currently speak, coming out of All-Star break, the Lakers are the 9th seed in the Western Conference with a 27-31 record on the season. They are a below 500 team. And now some voices in the media have been trying to cast blame on everyone within the organization except LeBron James. And I personally have an issue with that because I think a lot of these guys are not being honest. I don't understand why so many millionaires are afraid to speak their mind. You guys are millionaires and you cannot say the truth. There's something wrong with that. Anyway, first, they tried to say it was the coach. Then the coach went into COVID protocols, missed some games, and they kept on losing. They were like, well, we can't blame the coach because the coach wasn't coaching. So if we're going to blame the coach, he wasn't there, and then we still lost. Okay, let's move to the next guy. And then they said it was Westbrook. And Westbrook has not played well for the Lakers. There's no doubt about it. But then Westbrook sat 1 or 2 games, and they lost anyway. It was like, damn, well, we know we got Westbrook, but we can't really say. So we got the coach, we got Westbrook. Then they're like, okay, well, who else can we blame? So we don't blame LeBron. Okay, let's go to the GM. Then some people came out there with a straight face and actually said that they blame Rob Pelinka, get this, for not making any moves before the trade deadline. And they were upset with him because he wasn't, and they were saying he should have done something and come off that 2027 pick to make some type of move now that would help the Lakers. How in the hell can you blame Rob Pelinka for not making a move when there were no moves to make? Any move Rob Pelinka made would have been a lateral move. People are saying, well, you could have traded for John Wall, would have been a lateral move. When was the last time you saw John Wall play basketball? Go look at John Wall's stats. They're very similar to Russell Westbrook. And now they're trying to blame him. You have LeBron and All-Star Weekend congratulating this GM, congratulating that GM, and somebody made a point. They're like, Sam Presti's a great GM. He was able to, assimilate all of that talent, but they never won an NBA championship. What did all of that amount to? They've literally found ways to blame everyone except the main guy. And I said it in a previous video. If I were the Lakers senior management, there is absolutely no way somebody would make decisions on my team. It would never happen. It just wouldn't, especially when your previous recommendations did not bear fruit. And according to Mark Stein from an article that we got here from, an article that we got here from sportsrush.com, apparently, or it seems as if LeBron is being close to being cut off from the Lakers. So the article starts off with the headline, if Jerry West can be cut off, Rest assured, LeBron James can too if he can no longer lift the Lakers out of their mediocrity. The article continues on. According to NBA insider Mark Stein, Rob Pelinka has unwavering support of the LA Lakers owner, Jeanie Buss, amidst the rumors of LeBron James and Rich Paul having a rift with the Lakers president. The article continues on, and he says, according to Mark Stein, Pelinka has the unwavering support of the Lakers owner, Jeanie Buss, and is firmly entrenched as a pillar of the club's four-pronged brain trust alongside Buss and the power couple of Kurt and Linda Rambis. And then it continues on to say, this is an organization that has cut ties completely with the Lakers icon, Jerry West, who has a legitimate claim to greatest Laker ever status when you combine his playing achievements with his front office work. James and Rich Paul, for all their perceived control they wield, are still outsiders when it comes to the Lakers' power dynamics. If West can be cut off, rest assured LeBron can too. Here's what I have to say. About damn time. About damn time. There is no way in hell that something like this would happen under the leadership of Pat Riley. We all know this. Pat Riley ain't going for it. Why am I bringing up Pat Riley? I'm essentially saying that there cannot be two chefs in the kitchen. Pat Riley made it clear, listen, there's one captain on this ship. And it didn't work out for those guys, so they ran away. They went to Cleveland where they can do whatever they want. Then they ran to LA, and now they're doing whatever they want. If first of all, Jeanie Buss has a net worth, think about this, of $500 million. The team that she's a part owner of, her dad's team, is worth $5.5 billion. There is no reason she has to take crap off of anybody. She doesn't have to take crap off of anybody. I'm sorry. Before LeBron got to LA, let me get it through some of you LeBron James fans' heads. The Lakers had 16 NBA championships. They were one of the most, they are or were still, however you want to say it, are one of the most valuable sports franchises, not in the United States, but in the entire world. It means that they know a little bit about winning. They kind of know what they're doing. If you're going to look at the Lakers in a 5-6 year window, then you can say, well, they don't know what they do. Look at them in their entirety and you understand what the hell is really going on. You will understand what the hell is really. It's like looking at a businessman that has lost $10 million over the last 10 years, but he's worth $100 million. And you're like, well, he sucked as a businessman. But how much is he worth overall? The Lakers are synonymous with championships before LeBron walked through the door. And if I'm the owner of the team, there's no way in hell somebody's going to come up in here and feel like as if they're going to be making moves. No one is bigger than the program. No one. I said it in a video yesterday. I'm going to say it again. If I was her and I wanted to eliminate the drama, I would trade LeBron. I just checked on what's the website? Frontofficesports.com. I don't think they said he doesn't have a trade clause, which means that I'd move him. No one is going to take over my team. No one. Forget about sports for a second. It's like you have a company. Your best employee, he may be the employee of the month, but if this guy feels as if he can take over your entire company, when maybe your company was making $100 million a year, this guy comes in, he bumps it up to 150, and this guy now feels as if the two of us are on par. It's like, okay, wait a minute, you may feel with the two of us on par. Who was the one that turned this company into a $2 billion company before you walked in the door? It was me. So just because you've been able to help us increase our revenue, don't ever think that you're the one running the show here. I would get rid of him. I'd rather drop in my earnings, but make sure that we understand I'm the one running this ship. Some people could say it's petty, it's egotistical, but you got to put your foot down. You have to. In the grand scheme of all of this, I don't understand why this. First of all, if Jeanie Buss wants to remain, continue her support for Rob Pelinka, she can do whatever the hell she wants. It's her team. It's her team. Newsflash, it's her team. Until you get your own team, then you can run things there. It makes no sense to me. You are $500 million. You have a company that's worth $5.5 billion. And I got to take crap off of who? It would never. That's just me, however. Some people may say it's a little bit too egotistical, this and this and Jeanie Buss is your family's team, right? It's your family's team, right? Do whatever the hell you want to do. You don't have to capitulate to anyone because you own the damn thing. And that's the power of ownership. When you own it, nobody can bully you. No one can bully you. So these are my thoughts and opinions. They may be strong, but this is what I think. If this article is true, if that report is true, then those are my raw thoughts and opinions on this. What is the point of working your tail off to build something than to have somebody come in there and try to bully you around? It's just not going to happen.